Hello, I'm Queen Bean Tarot, and today I am doing a call out for the weekend for a star sign. I'm using my Star Codes Astro Oracle for the star sign cards that I'm going to pull out, and as you can see, I've got Angel Oracle cards, I've got Divine Blessing Oracle card. I'm using my Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards as they tend to come through with a lot of good guidance and advice. So let's see who our call out star sign is. If a few come out, then that's fine as well. Let's see. Taurus. Again, I swear I've done a weekend call out for Taurus. And on the bottom we also have Gemini. I always take the bottom, especially if it's one that I've done before. I might move these out of the way. Every time I use one, I will show it. So our weekend call out is going to be Taurus and Gemini. Taurus is an earth sign. It's one of the 3 earth signs. It's a fixed sign, I believe. And then we also have Gemini, which is actually an air sign. So we got cross-pollinate and cultivate. Now, let's see. I do like to get some messages so we can get an idea of what to expect for the weekend. If you are not a sun, moon, or rising sign of either of those, it could mean that whatever house these are placed in for you can be very relevant. Like the house is, you know, probably if it's in house 1 or if it's in house 6 or if it's in house 8 or 9. Like just have a look at what these are in for you. You can always do that by Googling your birth chart. Put in your age, your date of birth, and you know, it will tell you, give you an idea. There's a lot of places you can get this done without paying, FYI. I have Nebula. It's the one I've had for many years. I bought the lifetime subscription when they first came out, and I've never ever had to pay ever again, which is very useful. We have Clear Your Space, Archangel Jophiel. Get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use Feng Shui. So that's nice. And then we also had Sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. Haniel? I don't know, however you pronounce it. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So it feels like you're gonna be decluttering, but also it feels like you're going to be doing some, like, perhaps internal work or journaling, or maybe clearing your space can help clear some extra sensitivity. Maybe you've had some negativity happening around you and you're absorbing that. Selenite's brilliant for cleansing, and so is obsidian. Helps to prevent you from taking in any more negativity. I've heard that if you get an evil eye like little like talisman to wear or something, evil eye prevents it from going in, but it takes what negativity you have absorbed and it helps to get it out of you. It can also help keep you safe from any more negativity being directed your way. So a lot of people go, oh, there's no such thing as like curses and stuff like that. It's not that. It's, for example, if someone is making rumors or talking negatively about you, the fact that it's being spoken aloud is a way that you can receive negativity. Words have power. Please do know that. So that's why we have so many different languages, and each word has a specific meaning. Means that you need to be careful on what you say or how you say it. This is where clarity is very important. And maybe it could just be not that you are suffering from negative things, but this could also mean that you are a naturally sensitive person. Maybe you're an empath, or you are just able to pick up on people's energies really quickly and really easily. I know a lot of tarot and oracle readers are very sensitive to the energies of people around them, but also like they have to be, because you read these sorts of cards and you have to pick up on what is going on around them, their world, their life, but also what is in their immediate vicinity and what can be affecting them in their life. So you aren't just sensitive to the cards, the energies, you know, maybe even like if something happens, you're sensitive to what is going on in the like in the immediate surroundings, like what is going to be, you know, if an event happens, you're very sensitive to see it from everyone's point of view. I'm gonna move these along. I did start shuffling your tarot cards. As you can tell, this is the base of my tripod stand. I am in bed today. I'm trying to do this in the most comfortable way possible, but also trying to make it capable of you seeing your cards, and I'm only working with limited space. I did have the Ace of Earth come out. I'm meant to be getting you a divine blessing. So something that's going to be a blessing for this weekend. So I feel like this weekend you might be clearing your space, you might be decluttering, cleaning up the house, getting rid of some old stuff that you don't need or doesn't serve you anymore. And also that might help you with revitalizing your energy levels. Yeah, because energy and sensitivity does tend to go hand in hand. If your energy's off, sometimes your emotions are off as well. I feel like a weekend out isn't in the cards for you. Tauruses are more homebodies. They are very good at home comfort, doing stuff around the house. They're hard workers and they'll go out and work. Same with Geminis. They are air signs. They do love to go out and, you know, work and be social to a degree. However, I feel like if you're going out, I feel like you're going to, like, well, I live in Australia, so Bunnings, like, you know, a Home Depot sort of place, and getting stuff and doing your house up a little. It could be that there's something like, you know what they say, like, a change is as good as a holiday. I'm getting that for this weekend. Like, I feel like you're not really wanting to go out and spend money. Like, you're not wanting to hit the clubs or anything. If you were to go out, it'd probably be to a restaurant, or you have a party to go to, like someone's birthday. I don't feel like you'll have anything very big or important this weekend, or it's not something that is on the, it's not like a blip on your radar, if that makes sense. I'm getting like that if you do have an event going on, there's other things on your mind that is more important for you to do. Like, you're like, I've got this and that, like, you've got an internal list you're working through, like, I gotta still throw this out and do this and declutter this, and I want to build that back deck this weekend. Like, you've got, and it doesn't have to be something big, it could be something small, like decluttering or clearing out one wardrobe and cleaning it all and, you know, reorganizing it again. It can be something small like that. Health, maybe you're staying home because of health, or even that you are being more mindful of your health. This is the Peacock. Listen to your body and soul and take responsibility for your well-being on all levels, physical, mental, and spiritual. You deserve a healthy and vibrant life. Maybe you're feeling like sensitivity could be spiritual, or maybe you are like you're having some, you're sensitive, like my body is sensitive, not just like picking up energies. And I'm not just sensitive as if someone said something, I might take it in a hurtful way, because I am a very big softie. If someone says something and I take it the wrong way, it's because I feel offended or I'm upset that they, like, I remember once someone said, like, we spent a day talking, we spent a lot of hours talking, we were enjoying, like, you know, conversing with each other, and then the other person was like, oh God, look at the time, I've wasted my time staying here sitting with you. And I took that as in, she doesn't want to spend time with me, I'm a waste in her eyes, like I'm not worth the time, which put me at a, like, she didn't value me. And whereas in her mind she was thinking like, oh my God, I need to do the shopping, I could have, you know, done that, come home and done other stuff. Like, she had things on her list that was higher priority than socializing. So it depends on, like, that's just an example. So it depends on what you're being sensitive to. However, when it comes to your health, a lot of people, if there's something on your mind, like something causing you extra stress and you're not dealing with it, you're bottling it up, that does show through physically. Do you ever notice, like, if you have an appointment you're really not wanting to go to, you're dreading it, and leading up to it you feel sicker or worse, or your body aches a bit more, like it increases until you get there, you deal with it, and then afterwards you might even feel so exhausted because you've experienced all of that physically because of your mental anguish. So the way I view it, your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual body is all connected. Of course it is. And when you feel something intense emotionally or mentally and you don't deal with it, it comes through physically. That's why when people have, like, if you start to feel sick, once upon a time I used to work for a really bad manager place, like a place that got managed by really bad managers, and if I got sick and I had to leave, if I was very unwell, and I was dealing with medical stuff, they knew that, but they didn't care. They're like, you've got to be 100%. If you're not working, like, you're not being a team player, and they would make you feel worse for feeling unwell, for being unwell. Anyway, so when I would start to get really unwell and I was suffering from vitamin B12 deficiency, and my organs were slowly shutting down, and it was from extreme amount of infections I kept getting. And we didn't know this at the time, but I would get shakes and I would collapse. And what would happen is I would start to feel unwell, and then I would start to panic because, oh my god, my bosses are gonna, be really mad, and because they would push me so much, and I'd push myself so much to keep people happy. What would happen was that I would start to shake. I would have a panic attack. I couldn't breathe, and I'd collapse. It would be really, really bad, and that would then impact, of course, all the other problems I had already. So yeah, I ended up leaving that job, very obviously. And sometimes it is good to leave stuff. Sometimes your health is the most important thing. We also have the wheel, and we have the world. Wow, big cards. So the Ace of Earth is the Ace of Pentacles, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. And then we have the Wheel, which is the Wheel of Fortune, Archangel Michael, a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. And then we have life experience. I wonder if I can fit this. I might have to just stick it over top of the Gemini and the Taurus. Fun fact, this card is actually the Tower, and the Tower card is Taurus. Taurus is the Tower card, in case you weren't aware. Taurus's main number is 7 as well. So I just thought I'd mention that. 6 and 1, 7. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go through this. You will have an inflow of abundance. Maybe you'll get a new idea. I feel like this is going to be more like you're going to have a new business adventure. Do know, I actually had a friend, I caught up with a friend during this week. Absolutely wonderful person. He's spiritual, but in a different way to spiritual compared to what I am. But he used so many beautiful analogies, and I understood exactly what he was trying to say. Because I do the same thing. I do analogies, as you can tell from my channel. So yeah, I did this. He did this analogy where he was like, just because you're doing something now doesn't mean that it's not going to be worth it. Like, someone tries something and then it's over. Like, they don't see any comeback from it. Like, they don't see any return from it. And that's because, they're probably expecting it to happen immediately. You have to keep to it and keep trying. That's how manifesting works. It's not like, oh, it's just going to come to me because that would be great. You actually have to put yourself out there and start it to get that manifestation. That's the difference between people thinking things just come your way because you want it to, or that would be nice. Sometimes can happen. Karma does exist for a reason, and it is things sort of out of the blue. But 9 times out of 10, you have to try it like this. A good example is my readings on here. I would have never started YouTube. This is not something I would typically do. This is really out of my comfort zone. Am I successful? Am I making money from this? No. Do I have 8 subscribers? Yes. Am I super proud of that? Hell yeah. I love my 8 subscribers. My beautiful 8 people. 8's a lucky number. So yeah, and I know it's not successful now, but am I going to stop doing this? Hell no, because success doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. Some of the most beautiful places and most beautiful, successful things take years. I was watching so many YouTubers and they're like, it's been 10 years since I started doing this channel. And I'm like, whoa, like that's huge. Like, and look how far they are. It does not happen overnight. Another tarot reader I've seen online, she said it took her over 5 years of doing this and she was so close to quitting. But she said, no, you gotta love what you do. And when you love something and you keep doing it, that shows. And I love doing this for people. Will I eventually maybe get this to be successful? Perhaps. I don't know if I don't keep trying. And I don't feel like giving up is going to be the answer. Do what you love. If you love it, it will work out. You keep manifesting it, it's going to happen. The friend also mentioned that if you want to catch a fish, you have to throw in a line. Does that mean you're going to catch a fish? No, but there's a higher possibility of you getting a fish. Now, you might not catch a fish that way. Maybe you need to do it a different way. Your way of fishing might be different to another person's. Someone might use a lure with a hook. You might put bait on your hook. Another person might go and put a net in the water and catch it that way. There's many different ways to getting what you want. And everyone has a different way of doing that. You just got to figure out how to do it. But standing up in the grass and going, oh, I would like fish. Well, you got to sort of throw a line into that river to catch that fish. And that was the analogy he used. That's sort of the way to look at manifesting. And that's a great way of thinking about it. Does it guarantee you're going to catch the fish you want or even catch a fish? Maybe not. But you have a chance of that. And manifesting is all about your vibration and your energy. The more you want something and the more you put the energy into it, the more you gain back from it. It will come around. That's the thing. It will happen. You just got to stick to it. You do have to put in that energy, and your energy has to be in the magnetic frequency of what you're trying to pull forward. I just went right on with that chat, didn't I? But yeah, inflow of abundance, you have to be in the energy. And I think your sensitivity, clearing your space, I think this could also be clearing your mind, like getting all onto the right path, like reassessing what it is you want, what it is you need. That is really important. Yeah, so if there is a health issue in the way, maybe you do have to reassess what you can do and what you can't do and what you're willing to do and what you're gonna put your energy into, what it is that you need. So the Ace of Earth is about abundance, a new business adventure. Maybe it's something that you can do, might take a long time to gain something from it, but I think you're willing to look at that or go into that, whatever this is. And it most likely will be something you can work with simultaneously with any health problems. Maybe there is a document or contract or something that comes to you. If you are waiting on paperwork, it will come through. The wheel is about a change. So if you do choose to change careers, that can be something like maybe your health is impeding your career. Don't worry, it is time to change. We go through cycles just like the moon, and we are metamorphic beings, so we can't always be on the same energy wavelength. We can't always be on the same job. Not everyone is able to do that. I feel like the fact that these two, like you have a Taurus and then you had a Gemini. A Taurus is about like stability, you know, sticking to it. And then you have a Gemini, cross-pollinate, like that, you know, you're going from one flower to another. I feel like maybe you're going to jump from one thing to another. Like you're going to really change up what you're experiencing, gone from probably what you're used to, what you've adjusted to, your comfort zone, something that's always been stable and safe. And you're going to go and have a little look around, because I feel like it's not that you just want to. I feel like you might need to, with the health card and the fact that like maybe you feel like you want to change. You know that feeling like something has to happen? You can feel something is going to happen. You can feel the change happening, like not happening, but it's coming towards you. You know how like you can hear a car on the road, let's say you're walking on a footpath, you can hear a car coming towards you from the opposite direction. You can hear it, you can't see it, but you know it's coming. It's sort of like that. That's what I'm feeling. So it is a time for change, and typically with the wheel, it's always a positive change. Because you also have the world, I feel like this change is going to be like enlightenment. Like you're going to be like, yes, this is what I needed. This is everything I've ever wanted. And the fact that you also had the Tower come out, I feel like it might be something that you didn't think you wanted or needed. Like you didn't think this was the answer, but it is. And I think it's something you didn't see coming at all. Because typically, like, I was just going to take 3, but I kept shuffling. I love to shuffle cards, but I kept shuffling and then that came out. I wasn't going to take another card, but it was very significant, and it is a big life event. This is a significant change. So whatever you're doing this weekend, it is a significant stepping stone to your future self. So if you need to clear your space, if you need to do something for your health, if you need, maybe you'll get an answer, or you'll do some research which will give you a spark, like, oh, that sounds just like everything I've been having. That is very significant. There's something specific. It might not seem significant at the time of this weekend while you're going through this, it seems to be a turning point, very pivotal. So you might not expect it. You might be like, oh, it's going to be a boring weekend. I'm just going to declutter a closet and then probably scroll on your phone. But while you're scrolling on your phone, you're probably getting some more information about something that you probably weren't searching for, but you needed. Something like that. But I feel like this might actually carry on. If you don't get something on your Friday, aka I am doing this today, Friday. If you're not getting this today, this could start on tomorrow. Or if you do have, I'm getting legal coming through. This person's feeling like a judge because they've got the robes on. So if someone does have something legal going on, do know that the documents that are coming is good and it's in your favor, because it is an Ace of Pentacles. Typically, you'd never read an Ace of Pentacles like this. This is totally not the way you read it. But I am feeling for just it's like very few people, because I don't have many subscribers. I don't even know if it would be for any of my subscribers, but this is for someone specific. They would have something legal. The paperwork is going to come through. If you're having to go to court and deal with something, it will be in your favor. However, I feel like perhaps the Wheel, the World, and the Tower is actually, I've got a feeling it's slightly different it's like a cutoff point, and it's not because they share the same color. It's just I feel like this is for one thing specific, but I feel like these 3 are more pivotal to clear your space, because this came out before I finished doing all the cards. That's why I took it. So I feel like this is its own different thing, and we do have separate parts of our life that will be meaningful. Like, you know, you might have something you're more focused on in your life. You might be more focused on gaining money, or you might be more focused on your health, or you might be more focused on there might be a few things that you're very hyper focused on, like what is most important to me, this, that, what is my goals, this, how am I going to get to that, you know? You might have a few things very pivotal, and then a few things that you're like, oh, I don't really care about my social life right now. I plan on being antisocial because I need to work on maybe my health, or I need to work on clearing up my house, or maybe you just moved, or because when I see this, I do think of like you just got into a house and you slowly opening all your boxes and getting everything in its place, and a place for everything. So I am getting that. But yeah, maybe I've got a feeling of settling into a place as well. But yes, you do have a huge change coming. It's not what you expected, but it's what you need. It is the right thing. You are on your right path. Do know that. If the wheel comes out and the world comes out together, it is the right path, and it's an important path for you. Might not happen overnight, but this is pivotal to this. So like if you've moved to a new location, something in that area or that location or that new housing, or it might be just what you needed. Maybe it changes your mentality and your emotions, and that helps you to get aligned to do the things that are best for you, and you to take care of yourself and put yourself first. Or it could be that you might meet someone who lives in that vicinity, and that person might be like, do small talk, and they go, oh yeah, I work at such and such, and they have an opening. It's just been so hard. We've gone through so many workers, and oh well, what's the job? Turns out to be perfect. Like just the right place, right time. I'm getting that. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about destiny. It's so is the world, so is your Tower. It's all about perfect timing, the perfect change. You're on the right path, but it's destiny. It's like karma and destiny all working at the right time, and that's what it feels like. You're getting onto that wavelength, you're getting into that energy. There might be certain things you're not seeing, and that might be because you're not sensitive enough, or that your health is affecting your sensitivity. You know how you asking for something and it turns out like you gotta just see it, but you can't see it because you're not in the right frame. Like you might, for example, there was this YouTuber I saw, and he was like, he makes these skits, and he goes, God, please give me lots of money. And then he gets a knock on the door. It's like, oh, this person in your family passed away, but they left you a lot of money. He was like, that was not what I wanted, God. So like he keeps getting what he's asking for, but not in the context he wanted. And I feel like that's sort of what's going to be happening to you. It's not what you were expecting, not in the slightest, but you are technically getting what you want. You just didn't realize this was it. So stepping stones this weekend, you're going to be doing some decluttering, you're going to be taking care of your health. I think that's what's going to be on your brain this weekend. And you are going to either be getting into a better emotional state, you're going to be dealing with being oversensitive or undersensitive. And I feel like you're going to be a homebody this weekend, but you're also still socializing, maybe online. That's the most I can really receive from this. If you do have to go out, or you do have something planned, probably I would suggest keep it low key. If you are very sensitive and someone says something snarky, don't let it get to you. I know that's easier said than done. But yeah, I feel like if you're gonna have to go out, or there's an event you can't cancel on, it's going to be like don't push yourself, don't put in all this energy and effort, because I feel like you're gonna burn out rapidly if that's the case. I feel like you're on a very low wavelength this weekend, which is fine. Not everyone's on a high wavelength, but taking care of yourself this weekend is what's going to help you get into a higher vibration, a higher wavelength later on for the things that you need to focus on. Alright, so that's the weekend. Call out to Taurus and Geminis. Now, I hope you have lots of love, light, and positive vibes. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment. It really helps the algorithm and to get my content out there. And I will see you all in the next reading. Bye!